I would like to welcome all of you.
2 minuti al via.
Okay, 2 minutes at the departure.
It's one tough race.
3, 2, 1, via!
I had very, very little sleep. I slept 8 hours in 149 hours that it took me to finish Tor Des Geants.
It was technically extremely challenging.
トルデジャンは景色が綺麗なバレダースタ州で開かれる7日間のノンストップウルトラトレイルレースです。
The Tor des Geants is an adventure race that you do on foot. It's about climbing mountains, getting down mountains and managing yourself over several days.
The race will definitely test your limits.
The weather is from hot to snow.
So the race is really a brutal high alpine endurance foot race. So moving as fast as you can by foot through very difficult mountain trails.
Il Tor, quella bellissima gara che si svolge in Val d'Aosta, 330 km e 24.000 metri di dislivello. È il cospetto delle Alpi, ai piedi dei 4.000 più alti e più imponenti di tutta la catena montuosa. Ci si iscrive veramente in tempi rapidissimi perché i posti sono pochi, ma in tanti vogliono farlo.
There's some really scary moments out there in the middle of the night.
It is heaven and hell. You really want to be in this environment. It's a fantastic experience. There's nothing like it, but it's also hell because the race format, it pushes me to my limit.
The scenery was absolutely breathtaking.
Sono stato volontario nella corsa Tor des Geants.
The people is definitely the main reason that the Tor des Geants is the Tor des Geants.
It's not a race. It's much more than this. It's a kind of life experience that you never, ever forget. And it changes your life.
The 2016 edition of Tor des Geants covered 339 kilometers. But it's not only the distance that makes this race known as the hardest race in the world. The race is a tour of the Aosta Valley in Italy, where the 4 giants are: Mont Blanc, also known as Monte Bianco, Gran Paradiso, Monte Rosa, and Matterhorn, also known as Cervinia, and everything else in between. The race includes 25 mountain passes over 2,000 meters of altitude, and the total elevation gain in the 2016 race was nearly 31,000 meters. To have a visual idea, adding up all uphills of this race, the total climb will be more than 3.5 times the height of Mount Everest. The uphills are not only massive, but steep, and the terrain varies a lot, as besides the mountains, the race also crosses 34 small towns. As the race goes on for a few days, runners need to be prepared for different weather conditions.
The weather changing out there happens extremely quickly. We had torrential rain and a thunderstorm.
The Tor des Geants is a trail running race that goes over mountains in Italy. It's not just so much a trail running race, but it's really an adventure, and the prize is actually being able to get through this place that just is so beautiful and so varied.
Per affrontarla bisogna essere non solo preparati fisicamente, bisogna conoscere bene la montagna, perché comunque si corre spesso, ci si trova spesso ad altitudini superiori o comunque vicine ai 3.000 metri, magari di notte, magari sotto l'acqua o, come è successo in quest'anno, con la neve. Quindi bisogna essere pronti, attrezzati e preparati fisicamente, ma anche molto mentalmente, perché dopo la metà gara penso che molto faccia la testa. Il problema fisico ti può fermare, ma soprattutto è molto di più la testa quella che può portarti al ritiro.
ステージが終わるたびにシャワーを浴びれて、ご飯食べられて、そしてベッドに眠れるところがよろしゅうございます。
Technically, the hardest thing was actually going down the mountains, because I'd just never seen such steep descents, especially going in all these switchbacks on very loose rocks. I'm used to thinking that anything that's downhill is where you run and where you make up speed, and in this race it's very hard to do that.
So the setting is marvelous for this type of race. You have high mountain passes, you have wonderful technical rock fields, you have streams, you have lakes, you have donkeys, horses, other animals. You have nice villages in the valleys. You have beautiful mountain huts up high. So a wonderful variety of experiences. That's one of the strengths of having a race in the Aosta Valley.
It was a bit harder than I could have imagined, but I was actually physically very well. And I think part of that is the fact that I was so stimulated during the race with all the beautiful places and the variety of the terrain and having the challenges of sometimes rocks, sometimes boulders, sometimes steep climbs. And I think that just kept me alert and invigorated.
Sono valeriano, ho avuto la fortuna di fare il volontario a questa magnifica competizione che è il Tor Des Geants e sono proprio orgoglioso di averlo fatto, è una cosa molto soddisfacente in quanto ho avuto la possibilità di conoscere persone di tutto il mondo. Sono molto contento, sono sicuro che il prossimo anno la corsa sarà, ove possibile, ancora più bella.
Ma penso che sia una gara stupenda perché comunque vivi e conosci tantissime persone in questi 5 giorni. È un viaggio lungo, faticoso, ma con tante persone intorno che ti riempiono di gioia. È un viaggio che attraversa e ti fa visitare tutta la Val d'Aosta percorrendo le 2 alte vie.
Tutti i valdostani hanno partecipato molto a questa manifestazione e hanno anche aiutato a volte i concorrenti incitandoli, a volte offrendo anche loro dei cibi locali, delle torte, delle cose che venivano fatte loro. I bambini li hanno sempre accompagnati, a volte anche correndo a fianco degli stessi atleti.
Perché ho fatto il volontario? Semplicemente perché amo la montagna, amo la corsa, amo il trail e senza i volontari queste gare, qualsiasi gara, ma soprattutto una gara come il Tor così lunga, non sarebbe possibile organizzarla e renderla fattibile e sicura per tutti i partecipanti. Il Tor è un endurance trail, è una gara durissima, è bellissima, vista da fuori, ma immagino anche vista da dentro come la vivono i corridori.
This is a race with a lot of heart. And that goes for the Aosta inhabitants that are extremely welcoming and supportive. And then the organizers, of course, they do a great job in making us feel welcome and organizing things for the race so that we only have to deal with our inner demons and the course. And finally, the wonderful fellow participants and their supporting crews. It's very much a collegial atmosphere, so I never feel that I'm racing against anybody, but rather that we're all racing against the course and ourselves, and somehow we try to help each other to make the best of it.
È una gara che affronti col cuore, con tutto te stesso, è una prova contro i tuoi limiti, spostare i tuoi limiti veramente al massimo.
The hardest thing is getting to know your own body and its limits and how to make it work more efficiently.
The event itself forces me to be at my very, very best, managing every little detail, managing myself, managing my physical fitness, my mental fitness, everything. So it's a marvelous challenge, and it brings out the best of me and leads to personal growth. So that's why I keep going back. This is the best avenue for me regarding personal development and learning, and that's what makes it so attractive to me. It's attractive because it is difficult, not because it's easy. And actually getting to the finish line, even though that's the aim of the effort each year, it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that I keep on learning, and I'll be going back to the TDG as long as I feel that the event will teach me something new each time.
A lot of the time I felt like I almost need to be a mountaineer type person. For me, it was way out of my comfort zone from that perspective. I felt like I was hanging off the sides of cliffs at times.
The start line of Tor Des Geants, I couldn't think about anything, because if I thought anything, I would not go on. So I decided not to think much about it and just kept going.
You look amazing.
There's another part in another stage that I've already marked out. I think it's tomorrow. It's another boulder field, and basically you have to try and get through it in daytime. It's a very slippery, steep descent. There might be boulders involved. The refugios are usually just below the top of a mountain. Gosh, that's one thing I hadn't anticipated. Tarmac, bitumen. I'm getting the impression that there are some slow people who just don't rest much.
Giriamo con tutti i cadette noi.
Zucchero?
No, no, no.
Vieni, zucchero? Bravo!
，Well done.
Yeah. Thank you.
Even some of the descents were absolutely massive.
.36. Got this checkpoint here. I got like 15k to go to the 50 kilometer refuge. Had a bit of a fall, not too bad, just scraped some skin, so that's not good, but patched up myself, and then medics here just put a bit of tape on, which is good. Now, I don't know if you can see, but in that distance there are people going up that sheer mountain. There's slight zigzags. This is one hell of a race. So yeah, have fun. Catch you later.
They'll be so close to cut-off, but they probably won't sleep at VALGRISENCHE. They'll probably like eat and have a nap on benches and stuff.
Fare il volontario non è stato semplice, è stata lunga, è stata faticosa, sicuramente non quanto le fatiche che hanno dovuto affrontare i nostri giganti, però non è stata una passeggiatina. La prima notte è passata a rifugio EP, quindi svegli tutta la notte per dare assistenza a tutti gli atleti che sono arrivati per tutta la notte fino al mattino seguente, chi aveva problemi fisici, chi era solo stanco, chi voleva essere solo confortato. Il giorno dopo sono stato alla base vita di Cogne e anche lì è stata un'esperienza molto interessante.
This is day 2 of Tor Des Geants, 67.5k. Clock's been going for 21 hours and 20 minutes, so had a bit of a kip in that refuge, just falling asleep coming up here, so good to have a bit of a kip. Thought half an hour kip back at the last live station was enough, but wasn't. So feeling good. Got another hill to climb, which is just behind us there, so as you can see, just down there. And then, so 15k is another checkpoint, and then 106 is the other live station, so hopefully we should get there. It looks like it's fogged out, which is strange, because it wasn't like that last night, but it'll be good. So, adios, keep on running, bye.
I think the problem that we have is that we don't have massive mountains like that and technical type things like that. I got a bit of technical work, and I certainly did heaps of everything mountainous technical I did, but Kosciuszko in Australia is, 2,200. These mountains are 3,200 and over, and technically it's just incredible.
See people still coming down from that mountain, that cold, the mist has come back in. Amazing really, around here. You've got a beautiful waterfall over there. Yeah, it's pretty crazy up there. Just come down, that's pretty vertical.
Okay, I'm taking a bit more caution today.
Adios.
I'm not going to really, take it easy.
3,000 meters. According to my watch, we got 84k. Then we just came up some rope ladders with some steps in, and it's pretty crazy up here. It's pretty crazy.
Il a mis dans la galère en même temps.
Plus que moi, je pense. Si on changeait la voie.
We couldn't even see how people got through it over it or anything. This thing keeps falling off.
This is the last big climb today, 3,299 meters. The moon is out, you can't quite, you just see the photo video. So yeah, here we go. Let's get this done. Woo. So yeah, here we go. Catch you. Beautiful around here, absolutely beautiful. Stunning.
I went up Colason at night, and very early on I found myself all alone. With no one's lights ahead of me to guide me, I kept losing the track because the mountain was just this moonscape of powdery dirt and rocks, and it all looked the same. I even missed a couple of switchbacks because I just couldn't see the track. When I did get to the top, there was just this cloud of fog pouring up towards me. I could barely see the ground 2 meters ahead of me, let alone find the track. It was ludicrously steep and slippery, plus it got twisted. I was creeping down sideways like a crab, but much slower. Later on, when I saw footage around the top of the mountain, I was almost glad that I hadn't seen it at the time, because the drops were pretty scary.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning, leaving the town of Courmayeur. Completely lost my voice now, so it's going to be interesting. Feeling good, had a shower, a bit of a massage, some food. So yeah, hopefully we're set up for the rest of the week already. So catch you then. Bye for now.
I had nausea and vomiting from the time I started, and then I was sleepwalking off the little mountain that we climbed up.
I was getting like really hot flushes, but I wasn't sweating. It was like my body had shut down the ability to cool down. And my lips were burning. And fortunately, eventually I came across some of those taps and water wells and stuff, so I just kept wetting my head.
Coming into Donetsk, going 55 hours, 54 minutes.
Adesso vi faccio conoscere il luogo dove era stato allestito il punto vita di Donnas.
The checkpoints had a lot of food. I think you get to the point that you start eating all sorts of different things. You know, you need savoury, you need sweet, you need calories, thick and fast. I felt like I ate quite a bit, but the altitude, I think, really zaps you of your calories as well. I had little sheets that I was trying to look at the sheets and see where I was and where the cutoff was. I made a few really big errors there, and the errors were the fact that some of the smaller cutoffs at places I thought were just a guess for you, but then I realised they were actually set, and if you didn't get into those barriers before those cutoffs, you were pulled. And the night before the race at the briefing, they actually added another one, and I guess my fault, but I hadn't actually picked up on that. I had to add that one in as well. And my watches sometimes, I kept swapping watch and the GPS wasn't picking up properly.
ドンナスまでは比較的簡単に進めます。しかし、ドンナスから先になるといきなり過酷になるところが面白いです。
1388. Coffee, chocolate, whiskey, white, whiskey, whiskey.
Bye.
The gardens here, like vegetable gardens, are amazing. They're farms. Puss. I'd love to stay with the captain.
The sun going down at night and the moon coming up and some of those really clear nights, it was just unbelievable. I felt like that was the magic. Being out there on my own for hours and hours, I actually really enjoy that.
Si potrà spegnere il motore un po'. Ma penso di sì, tanto gli ultimi sono passati. Tanto gli manca, hai preso almeno il wifi.
If there's anything that I always get out of ultras is that bomb that everybody gets. I think with a race like TDG, like no other, is that you're out there for days, you become that you're around certain people at certain times. And I remember Helen, who I met from Australia, who was from Sydney, we got to this descent after we finally climbed up and it was in the middle of the night and it was pouring rain and we just sat on our bottoms and virtually slid down part of it because we couldn't hold our feet. And I think that bond between those people has been, you know, from my perspective, some of the Italians that helped me because as I was going down I kept falling and they showed me how to technically, you know, get faster at going down and using my poles.
Ciao, bravo.
Ciao, grazie.
Non ci provare. Cosa stai facendo?
Venez, venez. Oh, punaise, c'est excellent ça.
Vuole farci una foto?
ライフベースでワインやビールは飲めるところがいいですね。で、ワインやビール本当は前はエイドステーションでも飲めたんですけれども、なんか最近はライフベースでしか飲めなくなりました。ライフベースでアルコール類を飲めるのは、やはりレースのモチベーションになっています。
Hi, how are you?
This way?
Yes, keep going. Keep going ahead.
Is that Kieran?
Yes.
Kieran.
She's not far behind.
She's not far behind? Okay, good.
Bravo, Dave! Bravo, bravo! È come un faro nella nebbia, quindi grandissimo.
Neanche provare il giro
è diventato un lavoro, è diventato un lavoro.
Sali, a fare 50 anche quella dello solo su 50 non ci metti aspetta che
No, adesso
Ale, ale, ale!
Ouais, il dépasse sur caméra. Grazie.
Ciao.
Ouais, tantôt, un show, merci.
日本から参加する場合、レースの長さが長すぎず、短すぎず、ちょうどいいです。というのも、たった10キロのレースに参加するためだけに、1000ユーロと4日間使いたくないですね。で、長い旅程ならば長いレース。で、日本から参加するならば、トルデジャンに出たい。といったところですね。10になります。
I had very little sleep. Hallucinations are incredible. I've had them before in a race, but the hallucinations in this, almost I got to the point that rocks look like heads, and the fact that I accepted the fact that, yeah, that was someone's head over there, and that was a tent out on the side of a mountain, and there was people cooking a barbecue there, and why were they out here on the side of a mountain cooking a barbecue? But I got to the point I actually just accepted that, which later when I thought about it, I thought was pretty freaky.
The first days was fine. I did very well. I was feeling fine, but suddenly I got sick. The 4th day was the toughest day at the race. And the only thing that I knew is that if I could finish that day, I would finish Tor Des Geants. That gave me courage and motivation to keep going. I had some hallucination as well.
Meu, essa prova é foda, essa prova é difícil. Mentalmente falando, vou te falar, é um teste animal. A gente levou mais de 24 horas para fazer 50 quilômetros. Eu terminei agora o quilômetro 205 e de domingo para cá eu dormi 4 horas e 45. Só que hoje eu caí, eu vim descendo agora aí num bosque, eu viajando, eu capotei, caí. Tô alucinando muito, cara. Eu já vi bicho voando, já vi gente voando, gente pendurada na árvore. Hoje, a última montanha era uma montanha que você subia, chegava no topo, tinha outra atrás, você passava no topo, eram 3 montanhas, uma atrás da outra, e a gente tinha que passar por cima dela. Dá uma raiva, velho. Que eu vou te falar. Mas foi legal. É ruim, mas é bom, mas é ruim. É a galera do staff aqui. Meu, a galera é muito gente boa.
Sidney is working very well. So now we will come together and we go directly to Courmayeur, Mont Blanc.
And how are you?
I'm fine. And as normal, we are tired, but we have just 2 mountains, and Malata is the third and the last mountain to cross. But when you arrive to Malatra Pass, it's the next time that you can see the Mont Blanc.
Oh yeah?
Yes. You see a mountain, in the middle of the mountain, if there is a sun, you see the Mont Blanc. But it was rare between GRESSONEY and
okay.
Yes, but the weather was not good to see. But you can buy one postcard in.
I hurt my neck in the race, and I pushed through that and suffered a hell of a lot, and my stubbornness made me keep going because I had the belief in myself that I could finish it. Unfortunately, I kept pushing myself through, and that 60 odd kilometres out, I was very conscious of the fact that I was very close to those time barriers to come in and actually get pulled from it. And I was in a sobbing state and got choppered out to the hospital because my neck was so bad.
Última base de vida. Daqui é o último trecho de 50K. 2 montanhas grandes. Como se tivesse alguma pequena aqui também. E aí chegar em Courmayeur. Chovendo. Acho que eu vou dormir um pouco rapidinho. Preciso cuidar do meu pé. Vou passar ali no enfermeiro e para ele mudar o curativo, porque com a água saiu.
How many hours do you think that we can do this sport? Between 18 and 20, 22 maximum.
Okay.
I live by the beach. We don't have mountains around here, so I have to go up and down stairs, doing, dunes. And I also ran lots of mountain races in Brazil to get used to the trail and to the many altimetries. It was a very tough training program.
Quelli che fanno il Tor sono chiamati giganti, ma giganti perché lo sono veramente, sono persone che hanno una forza incredibile, ma è dentro di loro la forza, non è nelle loro gambe o nelle loro braccia con cui spingono sui bastoncini, è proprio nel loro cuore e nella loro testa. Senza quella forza non potrebbero fare quello che fanno, e sono dei grandi, sono delle grandi persone, sono dei grandi atleti. Anche coloro che non ce la fanno, anche quelli che non arrivano alla fine, sono comunque dei giganti, perché hanno avuto il coraggio di provarci, e non è da tutti.
Going to that finish line for me was really special, to celebrate the victory that those had, knowing that how hard the race is, to see people coming in. That was magical, and there was many others that were there that hadn't managed to finish the race. And I think that was magical, but the draw card there that's the other reason that I'd like to go back.
When I finished, I was well. I was feeling really well, happy, smiling. But somebody asked me, when are you going to do it again? And I answered right away, no way I will do this again. But it took me 1 or 2 days to think about it. And now I miss it, and I'm sure I'm going to do it again. It was a really great experience.
Pour le Canada. Diciamo che
all'Università di Roma La Sapienza perché ci ha fornito questa collaborazione. Un grande applauso a questi ragazzi che se lo meritano.
From China, Li Tie-yun. Pour la France, monsieur Christ.
A round of applause for all the finishers, but also for the people who didn't get to the end.
E poi l'ultima considerazione, siamo alla 7ª edizione.
No, I quit because I couldn't take more pasta pomodoro. You know, I could take the bad weather, I could take the climbs and the descents and everything, but not the pasta pomodoro.
Exactly.